what it is. I am back. As you see, the hair is long and I done got the dreads together, you know what I'm saying? So I'm back in this thing. It's been a little minute since I've been back on here. So hey, I ain't gonna do too much talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we got 11 scary videos that will test your sanity. That sounds crazy already as it is, but I'm with it. Let's get to it. It's gonna rewind that back. Let's go ahead and thug this thing. Turn that, turn that down just a smidge.
Hello everyone, my name is Spooks and today we'll take a look at 11 scary videos.
Okay,
But
okay.
before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. This next video comes to us from the TikTok account WV Paranormal and features a piece of home security camera footage recorded on September 4th, 2024 at 3:37 in the morning. At first, the camera captures nothing more than a quiet backyard with a swimming pool. Everything appears perfectly still. Then, without warning,
Damn, and it just is it drinking the water? What's it? That look creepy. I'm not even gonna lie to it. We just got into this. How far are we in this diet? We is a minute in, and that's already creepy. What the hell is that? That let's see.
a strange figure emerges from the darkness and slowly makes its way toward the edge of the pool. After reaching the pool,
It almost look like he's like trying to look at his reflection or something. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell what this thing is doing, but it almost look like it's like, hey, there I go right there. I don't know. It looked weird. It looks weird.
it places what appears to be its hands on the rim and pauses for a moment, almost as if it's looking around the yard. Then, rather than turning around, the figure slowly backs away before disappearing into the darkness. The way it moves is what really stands out. Its posture and movements don't immediately resemble the way most people would normally walk, making the footage all the more unsettling. Of course, there could be a more ordinary explanation. Given the distance and the limitations of the night vision camera, it's entirely possible the figure is simply a person, or maybe even an animal, whose appearance and movements are being distorted by the image quality.
Could be.
Unfortunately, no follow-up was ever posted explaining what, if anything, was discovered afterward, leaving the encounter unresolved. Was this simply someone wandering into the yard in the middle of the night, or did the camera capture something far more unusual? I'll leave this one up to you to decide.
Nah, I think that's just probably just a wanderer of a person. That's probably just a person that just walk around. It could be a homeless person. I don't know, but it could be somebody that's not supposed to be there. They be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna take a dive at the pool." Then we go ahead and take a dive at the pool real quick, and they look down and look at it, and they be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna get in the pool. I ain't gonna get in the pool." They thought about it long and hard though, for sure.
Dance 2.0 just dropped, and it keeps your character consistent. Before this, AI videos were unable to keep good.
This next video was uploaded to YouTube back in July of 2009 and was
That's 2009. That look older than that. That's how you know the camera quality has became a long way. Cause I mean that could make sense for 2009. I don't know, cause the graphics definitely look. It doesn't look modern at all. So there definitely could be that, but I think it's a little older than that. I think this is at least in 1990s or something like that. Maybe early. Nah, I say probably about late 80s, but graphics it
Reportedly
could
filmed
be.
in Belém, Pará, Brazil. According to the uploader, he was home alone with nothing to do, so he began taking a few photos around the house before eventually deciding to record some video instead. While walking through one of the bedrooms, something completely unexpected happens.
You know, it'd be crazy. If someone come out that corner of that whatever that is, it look like where the TV supposed to be, some pop his head out like this. That'd be crazy. It almost look like it. Right here. It almost look like something peeking his head out looking at him. I don't know. That's pretty weird. Oh, it's the
At
door.
around the 30-second mark, one of the cupboard doors suddenly swings open on its own, causing the uploader to panic and run from the room before ending the recording. In the description
Oh,
of
it
the
left
video,
too.
he explains that after sharing what happened, many people in his life laughed at him and refused to believe his story. Even so, he insists the incident was completely genuine. Then again, it's also possible that the entire thing was staged. With no way to independently verify what happened before the recording began, a hoax can't be completely ruled out. Whatever the truth may be, the uploader's reaction is certainly memorable and has helped keep the video circulating online for well over a decade. Was this a genuine paranormal encounter or an old school internet hoax? I'll leave that for you to decide.
Number 9.
On October 1st, 2025, a TikTok user known as FabbyKme posted a video claiming they experienced something deeply unsettling inside their home. The uploader
I get a
explains
lot of
that while
likes.
sitting in the house one day, they suddenly heard what sounded like their alarm going off. According to them, however, it wasn't actually their alarm at all. Instead, they believed the sound was coming from what is known in paranormal folklore as a mimic.
Damn. I ain't about to have this on the screen for too long, but that look creepy. Yeah, let me get this up off the screen because I ain't about to keep sitting there looking at that. That look ugly.
Take a look.
At the top. Ooh. What is that? Right here. What is this? What the fuck is this? Boy, hell boy, I'm telling you, the house would have been empty, vacated. Hear me when I tell you. Gone, up out there. Up out there. They had that whole house to themselves. I don't care. You can pay the rent and all. You can pay all of that. You got it. You got it. You got
As
it.
the alarm-like sound continues, another unsettling detail becomes visible. If you look carefully toward the upper right corner of the doorway, you can make out what appears to be a tall
And I seen that immediately. Immediately. I seen that little corner over there with this little black spot right here. Not necessarily the face, but I seen that right there pop out from that corner. Man, say enough to send me over the edge.
dark figure peeking around the frame. Then, just before the video ends, the figure slowly retreats back out of sight, making the moment even more unsettling. Of course, another possibility is that the figure was deliberately placed there as part of a staged video, given how clearly it's positioned in the doorway.
But how though? That's way in the air. Like you would have had to have some kind of like stool or something. But how would you get something to the corner of the door frame and just have it peek his head out? How would you be able to host that? I don't I don't know. That's strange. I don't think it's I don't know because that is pretty weird. That's weird as hell.
A hoax can't be ruled out.
Right.
Whether the uploader really encountered something unexplained or simply created a convincing scare is impossible to know from the footage alone. Was this really a mimic lurking inside the house, or just a cleverly staged video? I'll let you decide.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Over on Reddit, a
Hey,
user shared a video that begins like an ordinary night out with a friend before suddenly taking a very unexpected turn. At the start of the footage, one of the men is talking while the other records. Everything seems perfectly normal until this happens.
the quality of that is terrible. I just want to say that.
Pues no hay pedo. Oye, loco, ¿qué es lo que se ve ahí atrás del palo, güey? ¡Eso, güey!
I think I paused at the wrong time. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold
Pues
up,
no
hold
hay
up,
pedo.
hold up, hold
Oye,
up.
loco, ¿qué es lo que se ve ahí atrás del palo, güey? ¡Eso, güey! ¡Loco, corre!
Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. What? Hold on. Hold on. Is this his friend? If that's his friend, then what the hell is that?
Pues no hay pedo. Oye, loco, ¿qué es lo que se ve ahí atrás del palo, güey? ¡Eso, güey!
And that mug came from behind. I don't know if he by a tree, but if he is by a tree, it came from behind the tree from his friend doing whatever the friend. That is creepy. That is creepy. That is creepy, dog. I don't blame him for running. I've been running hard as hell too. Cause I just wouldn't know what to expect from that. Like how I don't even know what's what. Is the dude in the red shirt the friend? Was that the friend? I don't know. But whatever that situation is, I'd be hauling ass too. I'd be, get the fuck up out of there. Get up out of there.
Out of nowhere, a small humanoid figure suddenly sprints across.
Okay, so that's the whatever it is I was freaking him out because I ain't know what that was. I ain't know what that was, and you just left your friend. You just left your friend. Your friend went the other way, and you hauled ass that way. You were chasing after this thing. I mean, cool. You were chasing after this, so I guess you got the footage. I guess that's cool. But your friend went the other way. Why you ain't going with the friend? If my dog going there, he done seen some shit, and he go that way, I'm going that way with him. I'm not following that thing. Forget that. I'm not getting footage that bad. Not that bad. I'm hauling ass with my partner. I'm black. I'm getting up out of there. I'm getting up out of there.
The area at incredible speed, catching both men completely off guard. Rather than running away, they immediately give chase, trying to
Oh,
catch up with
okay.
the
That's
strange
strange.
figure. Despite their efforts, though, it quickly pulls away and disappears into the
Yeah,
darkness.
they're pretty fast.
One of the most common theories is that the figure could be a pombero, a legendary creature from Guarani folklore that's deeply rooted in the cultures of Paraguay, northeastern Argentina, southern Brazil, and surrounding regions. The pombero is often described as a small, elusive humanoid known for appearing unexpectedly before vanishing
He get up out of there. He gone. He whatever that thing is, the pompero. Yeah, that motherfucker pretty quick. He pretty quick. He pretty quick.
as quickly.
He gone
It's
too.
interesting to compare traditional depictions of the pombero with what appears in the video, as there are some similarities. At the same time, it's entirely possible the figure is simply a person.
Oh, it reached out. I didn't even see that. It reached out at dude. Dude freaked out. I thought he hauled ass the other way. Nah, but dude reached. I'm not grabbing no foot. After I would, if that was me sitting in that seat, I would have been gone. After I would have felt or seen that hand come across trying to grab me, get up out of there. This video is over with. Over with. Gone. Gone. BS you not. Gone.
through the area, with the darkness and low video
Because
quality
it
making
reached
them
out at
appear
him.
much more unusual than they actually are. Whether this is an encounter with a creature of folklore or simply a case of mistaken identity is impossible to know from the footage alone. What do you make of this?
Yeah, that's crazy. It reached, boy. Number 7.
What if there was a song about Lost in Translation in the style of
Dude look like that dude off
On
Stranger
October
Things.
3rd, 2025, a TikTok user known as Marsh Mob uploaded a video from inside his home in Appalachia after repeatedly hearing
The Appalachian Mountains? Because if it is, I done heard some stuff about that. I definitely would like to take a trip. I want to go visit the Appalachian Mountains. I want to visit that. But if this is about that, this might be creepy. This might be creepy.
a strange sound outside during the night. Take a listen.
I got the same look on my face. I'm like, hold up. What the hell is that? Yeah, nah, bro. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm sitting outside and I hear some random whistling, and not only that, it seemed like he kind of like out of the way, like he's not in the city or whatever. So he's kind of like in the I forgot what the word is. Y'all can tell me what the word is. I forgot where that was. But when you're away from the city, that's the word I'm looking for that. Somebody tell me what that is. But yeah, if I'm sitting outside and I know ain't nobody here from miles and miles away and I'm hearing whistling, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah.
Throughout the video, eerie whistling can be heard coming from somewhere outside the house. At one point, Marsh Mob even turns the camera toward himself to show that he isn't making the sound, leaving him just as confused as everyone watching.
And you still heard it. You still heard it even when he turned himself around and proved that he wasn't whistling. You still hear the whistling. That's enough proof it already as it is. Well, what the hell is that?
A short while later, he uploaded a second video from the same room after hearing more unusual activity. This time, something can actually be seen. Right around here, if you look carefully outside, you can make out what appears to be a tall figure walking.
Ooh. Yeah, dog, I think you need to go back to the city. You need to go back to the city. Cause if I'm nah, bro, I'm going back to the city. I'm going back to the city, dog. I'm going back to the city. I'm going back to the city. I see that run across my patio. Back to the city I go. Back to the city I go.
Across the property before disappearing from view just a few seconds later. Many people in the comments believed the combination of the mysterious whistling and the figure pointed toward a skinwalker, though it's worth noting that skinwalkers originate from Navajo folklore rather than Appalachian folklore. A more grounded possibility is that the figure was simply another person walking outside, while the whistling may have come from.
Nah, that perfect angle. If that was another person, you would have seen more. It would have been more built out. You would have seen. Keep losing my train of thought, but you would have seen more solidness, more foundation. You would have seen crazy. You would have seen more solidness, more form. You would have seen it. You would have seen it for real. Cause that's kind of like hollow. So No, you would have said you definitely if that was a human, you would have been able to make that out a lot better.
An animal or someone nearby.
It's almost a little
With only these
transparent a
two
little
short
bit.
videos to go on, it's impossible to know exactly what was happening. Whether these clips captured something genuinely unusual or not, they certainly make for an unsettling late night watch. What explanation makes the most sense to you?
It was 6.
For this next entry, we're taking a look at another recently released UAP video, this one designated DOW UAP PR049. According to the accompanying report, the footage was recorded in 2026 and comes from the Department of the Army. What makes this video especially interesting is how it begins. The sensor is initially locked onto what appears to be a conventional.
Okay, since that brought that up, I was gonna say I already believe that we are not the only people on beings on this earth. So with that being said, I do really wonder. With that being said, since I don't believe that we're the only beings on this earth, I do believe in aliens. So if that's the case, I just want to know why we haven't seen it as of yet. At least I haven't seen it, probably other people. So depending on what this is about to be, I want to see a UFO. Man, I don't know. I think I got problems. I think I got some issues. But I want to see stuff like this. This kind of stuff intrigued me, clearly because I'm watching the video. But yeah, I do believe that there is aliens here on this earth. And then even with that, because a lot of things can't be explained. So since things can't be explained, uh, I wouldn't see why this wouldn't happen. Like I don't know. I feel like Earth is placed to a lot of stuff, and I'm not gonna get off into that whole spiel because I can go into a whole tangent about that. But man,
Aircraft flying through the area. Then something unexpected enters the frame.
that's definitely weird. That is definitely weird. That's weird as hell. What the fuck? I don't know if it's flying or just hovering, but it almost feels like that is just sitting there, just admire. Not even, I don't want to say admiring, but watching whoever this is. I said it's for the army, so the army people. I think the whatever that thing is right there, that thing is watching the person that's filming it, and of course the person that's filming it is watching that. So I think they just sitting there at a standoff. That's just what I. That's just the thought that come to my head when I see this particular frame.
The aircraft can be seen near the center of the screen, while over on the right, a second object suddenly appears. Unlike the aircraft, this object looks like two bright points of light positioned very close together. Shortly afterward, the sensor leaves the aircraft behind and begins tracking the unidentified object instead. For nearly 2 full minutes, the camera continues following the object as it moves through the sky. Its unusual appearance and the fact that it became the focus of the sensor are what make this footage particularly intriguing. At no point does it resemble the aircraft the camera was originally tracking. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean the object is extraordinary. It's entirely possible we're looking at a conventional aircraft, or another object that simply appears unusual because of the imaging system or viewing angle. Still, it's easy to see why this footage has generated so much discussion among people interested in UAPs. As always, make up your own mind.
5, let's get it. On the 5, let's get it.
Don't
Dang.
worry, we can fix the dress later. Let's catch the.
On December 26th, 2022, a TikTok user known as KittyK38 uploaded a video showing a strange incident that allegedly took place inside her bedroom. She explains that she and her husband were simply relaxing for the evening when they suddenly noticed something unusual happening across the room. Take a look.
Honey, what is that? Okay, God. Oh my God.
The dog ain't doing his job. I know it's a little dog, but that little dog right there in the corner ain't doing the job. I know you see that thing shaking. You ain't looked at it. You ain't barked at it. You ain't did nothing. You looking at me like I know you see that. Yeah, I see that. Go do your job, dog. Go do your job. They said, what you about to go do about that? No, what you about to go do about that, dog?
Oh my God. Oh my
Not
God.
a bark, a
These are
sound,
the new
nothing.
closet drawers, guys. The new closet drawers that we just installed. Oh my God. Okay. Nothing. Nothing in the closet.
Dog ain't
Oh my
even do his
God,
job.
Oh my God. Be careful.
Okay, no.
Okay, so clearly installing these doors, as you guys can see, we're still dealing with whatever is in our bedroom closet.
As you can see, one of the cabinet doors begins shaking back and forth all on its own, while both Kitty and her husband watch in disbelief. According to Kitty, the cabinet had only recently been installed, making the movement even harder for her to explain. Eventually, her husband decides to investigate for himself. He walks over to the cabinet, opens the door, and carefully checks inside, but doesn't appear to find anything that could have caused it. Another possibility, of course, is that the entire incident was staged. Since we only see the footage from one angle, there's no way to completely rule out a hoax.
It's
Without
moving
any
though.
follow-up or additional evidence, it's difficult to know exactly what happened in that bedroom. Perhaps you can come up with an explanation I haven't thought of.
The folk.
Reddit user Fuzzman02 shared a video that he says was accidentally recorded while camping in the mountains of Vermont.
That is a fear of mine because I do want to go camping. And the only thing that I'm worried about if I go camping that I'm going to see something I do not want to see. Now, it's depending on what happened from that point though. It might be, that's going to be a hell of a story to tell. But I ain't gonna lie, that the fact that I do want to go camping and I might see something that's unexplained, I got mixed emotions about it.
The clip doesn't provide much context, and it's unclear exactly what he was filming at the time. At first glance, everything appears completely normal, but if you keep watching,
Yeah, that's crazy.
out of nowhere, what appears to be a pale figure can be seen moving through the darkness before disappearing just as quickly as it appeared.
Yeah, if I would have seen something like that while I'm out camping, the camping trip over with. I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm getting up out of there. I'm not playing no games. I'm not playing no games. Especially if I see something like this in the little camera, and they walk from one end of the camera to the other side, and it don't look like it got no solid body or nothing. It look completely translucent. Like it just nah, bro. I ain't going. Waking up and
The
getting up out of
encounter
there.
only lasts a moment, but it's enough to make you do a double take. One of the most popular comparisons made by viewers is that the figure resembles a Fresno nightcrawler, a cryptid often described as a small, pale humanoid with unusually long legs and little to no visible upper body. Looking at the footage, it's easy to see why so many people have made that connection. Of course, without any additional footage or context, it's impossible to say with certainty what was actually captured that night. Whatever the figure may have been, it certainly left behind a memorable clip. Maybe you'll spot something in the footage that everyone else has missed.
On the 3. Ooh.
This next video was posted to TikTok by a user known as Swamp642, who also shared some interesting context about what led up to the recording. According to the uploader, quote, "No one lives in the house down the road from me, but the owners keep the lights on for some reason," end quote. One night while taking out the garbage, he says he noticed what looked like someone standing beyond the tall grass that separates the two properties. At first, he thought he was imagining things, but just to be sure, he grabbed his sister and their daughters. That's when they made a disturbing discovery.
What the fuck is that? Keep going! Keep going! Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping?
Right. Why would you stop, dog? I don't know who driving, but why would you slow? I'm not slowing down. I'm hitting that gas. What you talking about? Slow down. Whoever Shorty was, she right. What you slowing down for, bro? No, you better speed this thing up. You better speed this thing up.
Standing perfectly still inside the shed is what appears to be a
creepy.
person with their back turned toward the group.
Creepy as hell.
The uploader later wrote, quote, "Apparently whatever it was, or whoever it was, really was standing there watching me. I'm so freaked out," end quote. The figure never appears to acknowledge the group or move at all, making the entire encounter feel strangely unsettling. It's entirely possible they simply stumbled across another person standing inside the shed. Even so, if the property really was supposed to be vacant, it raises an obvious question. What were they doing there in the middle of the night? Unfortunately, no follow-up was ever posted explaining who the mysterious person was or why they were there. Sometimes the creepiest mysteries don't need a paranormal explanation.
So
I'm almost like an old man at heart. I don't know why I've been like that since I was young. Even with producing, I still like.
This next video is one I actually featured on my channel many years ago, but I thought it was worth revisiting since many viewers have probably never seen it before. Originally uploaded to YouTube in November of 2011 by a man named Tim, the video documents an exploration of an abandoned house that he and two friends had been hearing stories about for nearly a year. According to local rumors, the property was supposedly used by satanic worshippers to perform rituals. Curious to find out whether there was any truth to the stories, the group decided to investigate for themselves. The house itself is certainly eerie, but the most unsettling moment doesn't happen until much later in the video. Take a look.
Hey. Yeah, guys, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Well,
Do you hear that? Go!
Is that thing float?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, that's scary. That's the hell no. And it almost looked like that dog was floating too. I don't know if it was, but if it was floating, I already don't like dogs as it is. That is one of my fears. I don't do dolls, clowns, spiders. I'm okay, but I don't mess with spiders. But dolls and clowns, no sir, not for me. I will not be going. As soon as I see that doll in that house, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Oh, please help me. Okay, you gotta go. The door's locked. Get open! There's scratches. Go. Help! What's happening? Get off! What's going on? Hang on. What's... John? Get off! What? Dude,
Did they leave their friend? And if they did leave their friend, ooh, what is on you? Ooh, I don't know if this is whatever it is right here. I don't know. That's a weird angle. But ooh, you gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that.
Fuck. Oh my god. John. Go! Guys, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
John,
Let's go home.
John,
Go, leave me alone.
Ooh, something happened. Something happened. Something happened. Don't know what happened, but it got him. And it got him good. He is shook. He is shook. When you been like this before, something's happened. Ooh. Damn. Damn.
Oh,
As the group continues exploring, the sound of what appears to be an accordion suddenly echoes through the building. Moments later, another strange rattling noise startles them, prompting all three to run for the exit.
He definitely seen something he was not supposed to see. He seen something. Whatever it was terrified him. Cause he is shook. He is shook. So whatever he's seen, everybody else may have not have seen it, but he is shook. He is terrified. Ooh.
During the frantic escape, one of Tim's friends, John, is reportedly attacked by something they can't identify before the group finally makes it back to their car and leaves the property behind. Thankfully, John wasn't seriously injured.
I swear that thing look like it's floating. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? That dog look like it's floating. And if that dog is floating, never again. Never again. Never again. That dog look like it's floating. And if it is floating, I would be shitting bricks. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I would be shitting bricks. I'd be shitting bricks. Because that dog look like it's floating. I already don't like dogs as it is. So if this dog is floating, out of there.
And all three made it home safely. Whether the strange sounds and the alleged attack were genuine or not is difficult to determine from the footage alone. Even so, it's one of those older exploration videos that's remained memorable for many years because of how chaotic and unsettling the encounter feels.
I feel for him.
Would you have kept exploring, or would you have turned around the moment you heard the accordion?
I'm leaving. Number one.
Obviously, you clicked on this video because you want to make money, right? You want to be able to sell out collections and buy your favorite sneakers like this.
We're ending today's countdown with another recently released UAP video from the United States Department of War website. Designated DOW UAP PR-059, the footage was reportedly captured in 2020 by an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform, before later being uploaded to a classified network in 2024, and eventually released as part of the recent document disclosure. Take a look.
Okay. What the hell is that? And what is it doing? That thing is shape shifting, and it's like it's getting bigger. It's got me. I can't even talk. That thing got me shook. That got me shook. What in the world is this? That is creepy. That is weird. And then it
For
darts
much
off.
of the recording, the object appears as a bright, elongated shape moving through the frame, but about halfway through the footage, it begins to take on a much more unusual appearance. From certain angles, the object almost seems to resemble a humanoid figure. Whether that's because the object itself changes shape, or simply because of the viewing angle is difficult to say, but it's certainly one of the more unusual looking UAP
Yeah, it's
videos in the
definitely
recent
weird.
release. As with many of the videos released by the Department of War, there's very little context available, making it.
With that being said, I know there is a ton of stuff. This will also go back to me saying I know there's a lot more out here in the world. And I'm just gonna say the government got a lot of that stuff on wraps. And I just know there's a lot more in this world that's not being released to us. And that's all I'm gonna say for that, because I ain't trying to get all that. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot more stuff in this world and it's just being covered up.
Difficult to draw any firm conclusions. Depending on your perspective, this could be something genuinely unusual, or there could be a perfectly ordinary explanation that simply isn't obvious from the footage. Either way, it's a fascinating clip to end today's countdown on. After seeing all of today's videos, which one stood out to you the most? And that was 11 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content.
That one kind of, I ain't gonna say it shook it for me, but that one was like, yo, whatever happened to dude, I feel for him. But yeah, that's about it, man. That's all I got for you for today. It's been a little minute since I've recorded something, so I'm back in the cut, and we're gonna get back to that. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, and out of there.